the Conway.
What's up? It's Love in the Conways.
What are you? If you're new to this video, what are you waiting for? Subscribe.
All right. Subscribe.
You heard me. Subscribe right now. Comment down below. And the special video.
All right. So what's going on, everybody? Here we are back, yet again with another video. It's me, Daddy Tab.
Me, Mama Carm. Next in line.
Me, Tevin Tev.
That's your new nickname?
Tab.
I thought it was Deuce. Okay. Who we got here?
Case.
Casey Bear. All right.
You
Ow. Are changing it up a bit from the last two videos you guys saw the last two Sundays, and where I asked Tevin questions and then Tevin reversed it and asked me questions, right? Well, now we will be answering questions from the audience.
Yeah. So as promised, we're gonna answer the questions as honestly as possible. And try to, get through them. And the questions that we decide not to answer, we have to take that
L. You may be wondering why I have on this jacket zipped up to my neck and the scarf on. It's because the consequence that we will face if we don't answer your questions is
a pie in the face from these two knuckleheads. So we'll go to a question, and the questions that we come to that we decide not to answer, the boys will lather that plate up with some whipped cream and pie us in the face.
So actually 5 people asked this question, right? How did we meet? So I'll give the story on that. So this was, when did you cross? What year?
Spring 11. Okay,
spring 11. So this was Casey. Every time I would see him, I would get googly eyed. Like, I can't admit it. I can admit. So, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I take that back. But no, so every time I would see him on campus, he was in a relationship. But I really liked him. They crossed. I was just like, okay, I had just heard that he had broke up. So I was like, this is my time to shoot my shot. So I was the aggressor. Is that what you want to call it?
Yeah, you could say that. She pursued.
Yeah, so I pursued him, if that's what y'all are asking. I approached his line brother, Aunt, and I asked, if he could pass my number to him, and it just kicked off from there. So,
yeah.
That's how it went down. So, ladies, don't be afraid to step out on faith, and you be the one that's more aggressive, and if it's something that you want, go get it. Don't hold back.
And guys, it's okay if she pursue you. It's fine. Just take it for what it is.
Yeah. Question number 3.
Yes. So
question number 3
is
also goes into that one too.
Okay. So yeah, kind of like a 2-part question, right? And this is the one that we get asked the most. And it's simply, do you want to have more children? And it's tied to, when is the baby girl coming?
Oh, here. I'll let you do it.
See?
I want to do it.
So because we're not answering, do you want to have more children, and when is that baby girl coming?
Yep.
We refuse to answer that. So here you go, Casey Bear. On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, next question. How did you guys make it official? And when did we make it official? We realized it in February something, 2012.
Yeah.
Was when we made it official. But we knew, and we actually talked about this last night. Like, how did we know we wanted? Well, this was for the proposal, but how did we know? We wanted to be together. And so, like I told him, like he was different from my past relationships, like cut from a different cloth, totally different. So, like, you know, treated me with respect. He, very romantic, very caring, loving. Not saying I was just in like terrible relationships in the past. Like they weren't just terrible, but he was definitely different from the last. And I saw that in him, and I'm like, okay, this is how a queen should be treated. You know, it's not all about, you know, materialistic things and all that stuff. As long as he treats me right.
Yeah, and for me, she checked the block in a lot of what I wanted. First of all, she was a friend. I could see myself actually genuinely being her friend and us being friends. And she was smart, outgoing, funny as hell, you know, and she was family oriented. And those things were just, it was checking the block for me, you know, and it worked, you know, I was happy.
And no peeling yourself. If you peel yourself, if you gotta go to the bathroom, if you gotta go to the bathroom, go before you pee. You can't hold it. Make sure when you pee bad at school, make sure your dad paws you in the face.
Oh, okay.
Oh, if you're bad at school, you get potted in the face?
Yeah.
Oh, Casey.
This question is a really good one.
Question number 9. Where do you all think you will be stationed next? Wouldn't you guys like to know? But we are not telling you. No. Just know that it may be at a base near you. 1. Casey, what are you doing? 1, 2, 3. No, Casey.
Well.
Oh, do I have a beard?
You definitely
I look
do.
like the kid. Oh,
You got a drippy beard. What you doing, bro?
I look like Mrs. Doubtfire. Woohoo! You were 2 sugars in one. What's your name? 2 drips of cream. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my! This is turning into a disaster. Put it down. Okay, next question. We gotta hurry up. All right. What are 3 of the best things about the career paths we've taken with being in the military?
So, first of all, financial stability is the biggest thing.
I agree. So that's what mine.
So, guaranteed money to pay out whatever you have to pay off.
Yeah.
And to make ends meet. And then the second thing is the opportunity to just travel, to be stationed in different places. It also gives your family the opportunity to get out the home state and to come and visit places that they've never seen before, never been to.
Yeah.
And the third thing would be the Army has a weird way has the way to help you understand your strengths and your weaknesses. Like this, depending on what job you're in, what position you hold, some jobs are going to be completely new to you, and you'll struggle with it, but eventually you'll master it. And that job can tap into some potential, some unhidden potential, something that you never thought that you could do, but you end up doing it.
Those are all good 3. I think I can agree with that, Sasha. What was the biggest fight you had, and how did you overcome it?
So I'll answer part of it, but then we're not gonna answer. It's like with anything, any fight, any argument, you come to an understanding of some sort. Don't stay mad forever, and then you let it go, move on, grow from it.
I honestly can't even remember what our biggest fight was.
And that's great. And that's the whole point. That is the whole
I guess
point.
that is, huh?
All right,
Excuse me.
Excuse me?
Casey, I'm not putting it on the plate for you to 3, 2, 1.
You look like
Hey,
All right, so we had to get rid of the Rugrats.
they were having too much fun.
Too much. All right. So with that being said, we will pie each other in the face. You want to read that one?
Yeah, so this one asks the pros and cons of being dual military.
Being dual military, when I come home and I'm complaining about work, he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Like when you're dating, or not dating, when you're married to a civilian, you come home and you're talking about all these different ranks and how things are structured and what happened on this day and how things went down in training. Like they're not going to know all that what you're talking about. So
Right.
finance is a pro, or financial stability, and then what's it?
Like insurance, health, all of that stuff.
And then as for cons, just being like our job, our profession is so demanding. So being out in the field, you know, or traveling because of training, you know, and if we're both gone and now we have to find a babysitter, neither of us can just be free, I guess, of doing those things. Okay. All right. Here's number 17.
Do you guys plan on retiring from the military? I do. All right, my love. You ready?
Not ready. Because I don't know if you're going to be extra.
Mm-mm.
Okay, come on.
One.
Can you count down? Yeah.
Okay.
Count down.
Okay.
3.
1, 2.
Down.
Okay. 3, 2.
I knew you were going to do that.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Oh, man, I can't wait to watch this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do we recommend an HBCU or PWI? Why?
HBCU.
All the way.
There's no better experience that you're gonna get like by going anywhere else. Go to an HBCU. We love Grambling.
Oh, yeah.
Like always will love Grambling. It's just a different experience.
I just feel like it's a cultural thing, right?
Mhm.
Like attending the HBCU is way different than attending the PWI because the culture would be different. They don't do the same things in a PWI that we would in the HBCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like you think about it, like the history behind so many, you know, different things. I feel like we would only get that appreciation from an HBCU.
Yeah.
And that recognition from HBCU.
It's just a feeling that we get. Man, you step on campus and it's just like, it do something to you.
Question number 19.
Okay.
How does your husband feel with you making more money than him in the military?
Whoever this
Wait.
was.
Okay, give the before and after.
Okay, so I'll get it before and after. Before, it was, you know, I did have my internal feelings about it. You know what I'm saying? I did have my slight insecurities. But I made it a point to make sure that I was involved with, like financially. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing that just didn't have my input, my name on it. So I did find a way to make things happen with paying bills and stuff like that. You know, it was probably only a few at times, but I still had, you know, my input and I contributed to the house. And that was what all of that mattered. I don't have those issues anymore because, you know, I'm active duty military now. We're both the same rank, you know, so the pay is the same. So.
Yep. Last question. How do I find me a smart, sexy, chocolate husband like yours? So tell the people how they can find a smart, sexy, chocolate husband like mine. This is what this person wants to know. Let this person know.
Oh, man.
Before you answer, that was from a man. You ready?
Yep.